Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So this morning, reading in Proverbs chapter 10, because today is March 10th, 2023. I read in verse 3 this verse. The Lord will not let the righteous go hungry, but he denies the wicked what they crave. And I'll be honest with you. Verses like that have been a detriment to so many people for so many years, myself included. I don't like those verses. I avoid those verses because I don't want to talk about them. I know really good, godly people that struggle and go hungry and don't have what they need. And Solomon says, Yahweh won't let them go hungry. And then the argument always has been, that came to me, and it bothered me. Well, no one's righteous, not one. So, of course, if they're going hungry, it's because they're not really righteous. And I know that to be true. I mean, it's another verse in the Bible. And there lies that Bible's not supposed to contradict itself, but this sure seemed like one. You ever feel that way? If you're watching this, I'm betting you do. And it bothers you if you claim Jesus Christ as your Lord and you're living and striving for him, you probably feel like you're not supposed to be able to question those things. And if you've never accepted Jesus as Lord, well, then this is perfect proof to not bother. As I was looking at this morning, that verse popped its ugly head at me again, and as usual, I was going to jump over it because I didn't want to address it. But the reality here is, the Lord will not let the righteous go hungry. In the original language, it says the Lord won't let the nephesh, who is righteous, famish. The nephesh is a Hebrew word. It means breath of air or a breathing creature. It most often is interpreted soul. The verse just before verse 3 reads, ill-gotten gains do not profit anyone, but righteousness rescues from death. Living a right life, striving to do the right next thing. That's a recovery thing, right? Always do the next right thing. That if we keep striving, the next right thing, that'll keep us on track to be moving forward. Doesn't mean we're going to get everything right, but we've got a better chance, right? That's living a righteous life. And when we do that, he says we're not going to let our soul be lacking. But the ones that are wicked, that don't strive to live right, they're not going to get what they crave. And we think, well, they're not going to get their food or their money or their new car or their new house. That's not what he's saying. He says they're not going to get what they crave. And we all know what they crave is the same thing you crave, the same thing I crave. It's to never have to feel alone again. To have something so compelling that says, I am not alone, even in the midst of the greatest pain I'm experiencing. That emptiness that says, there's something missing and I have to fill it. And we all chase after that fulfillment in anything that makes us feel happy for a moment. You see, this verse is verse 3 of chapter 10. The Lord will not let the righteous go hungry. Literally means God will not let the people that are striving to do the next right thing feel empty, because he'll be right there with them. But those who only chase after evil, they've given up, they're only trying to do what's right for themselves, they're always going to feel empty. Today you get to make a choice. And it's going to be hard at the beginning because you won't know what it feels like to be filled. You won't know what it means to have Jesus inside because you've never experienced it before. It'll be new. It'll be hard. It'll be different. New, hard, and different is something we always want to run from. But I promise you, make Jesus Lord changes everything. If you've already accepted Jesus Christ as Lord, today's the day to believe that He's there with you. Do the next right thing. It's a cliche, but it's absolutely true. Do the next right thing. What do I do next? The next right thing. The best thing you can think of in that moment. If you don't know what the next right thing is, ask God. I know it's stupid, right? What do I do next? God, what do I do next? Well, see, that was the next right thing. You may not get the answer, but then in the very next moment, you may have an opportunity to do something that wasn't there just a moment ago, and that's God speaking to you. Don't ever tell me He doesn't speak, because I know it's true. He speaks to you all the time. We just don't know how to recognize the voice yet, but He's speaking right now. I love you all. I hope you have a great day. God bless.